Long Beach Poly, right here in my backyard. Legend, USC Trojan, legend, longtime NFL star. Our main man, Mark Carrier, joins the show.
Mark,
how you doing, brother?
Good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, I'm in my office. I'm sort of supposedly working right now. So.
Oh no, hey man, I appreciate you hopping on here with it. Where are you at nowadays?
I've been back in Chicago now for going on just finished 6 years. I'm an athletic director at a high school called Loyola Academy. 3-time state champions. Go Ramblers.
Oh man, nice. Hey, let me ask you. Let me dive right into it then. You know a little bit about being in the inner city, obviously. Long Beach, Poly, LA, SC, all that stuff.
Yep.
Let me ask you. Teddy Bridgewater right now was suspended at a public high school in Florida.
I read that. I did read that because I was curious what it was, and then when I read about it, I'm thinking, really? Are we really?
Are you at a public or a private school in Chicago?
Well, I'm private, but everybody knows Long Beach is. I grew up. My kids public. I'm public. So yes,
no doubt. And you know the difference, and that's my point to these people. I don't think the comment section on social media understands there's a difference. Like by the modern days and Boscos of the world that have become powerhouses nationally, IMG academies, and all these other places. They operate on a different deal. Like unwritten rules matter. Like people don't talk about the unwritten rules that private schools get to abide by or not abide by versus the public, which we're dealing with in the inner city, like, the Long Beach Polys and all the schools, all the talent that the public schools got during your era. Yep. But I think Teddy's getting the raw end of the stick here. I had to do it at Long Beach Cabrillo. It wasn't around when you were playing at Poly.
No.
But that's where all the talent was, right? The talent was on the west side of Long Beach. Yeah.
Hey, you want to get some great arguments, get with my group of guys when we get together, when I go back home. And there's a great argument that comes about of like if Cabrillo was around when we were in high school,
yep,
what Poly would have been Poly, because I started on the west side, eventually moved to the east side, but we always get in a great argument on where the most talent came from. Was it the west side or the east side of Long Beach?
When I was the head coach at Cabrillo, I was the one that held like Willie and Snoop League. So I had Willie's team, the Browns and the Patriots later. Right? Yeah, Willie Mack. Yep. And so we had, West Sider live with my boys, the Spreewells, for all through high school on Earl and Easy. You know where that is. So all the West, Mercedes, Lou, everybody's from the West Side. All the greats. Look at you.
The funny part, most of us all started on the west side and eventually migrated over to the east side. So except for people like Willie who stayed there, but my buddy Eugene Burkhalter, but a lot of us started on the west side.
Brandon Whiting, after you, all those guys that came along.
Because we were all at Silverado Park and
Silverado,
playing Pop Warner football. They're playing.
Man, that's
over by
great.
The Naval Housing for baseball in the west side. So a lot of us started. It's a great argument. It's a great discussion.
It is. People don't want to talk about it. If Cabrillo was there, boy, it would have been crazy. But back to Teddy, like they're suspending him because apparently, as we all did in the inner city, helping our kids and making sure they're not out in the street on the west side or the east side of Long Beach with, longos and the gang activity that used to be around.
Like
Mark, what am I supposed to do? Let my babies walk across the street and go to Taco Bell and get smoked and all this different, like we've seen that too many times. So Teddy taking care of his kids, paying for meals or whatever, getting his kids fed. We babysit our kids more than their own parents do. That's just fact of football, coach.
Correct.
And now people are saying that it goes on to and I know you're an AD now, it goes to the AD and they broke rules and all that. I'm like, did he break a rule or is he just doing what is right for these kids in that particular situation? Because it's just crazy to me that Teddy's dealing with this after winning it all, by the way, is the first year.
First year.
I wonder if he lost every game, would there have been this big of discussion?
Exactly.
Right.
But, two things could be true. Is there rules in there? Yes. Is he doing the right thing? Absolutely, 100%. Growing
morally,
up,
I guess, right? Morally.
Right. Yeah. There are rules we abide by, being private schools. But even in public schools, same thing. You just there's certain rules you have to oblige by. Again, would it be something different if he didn't win? If he was 0 for 11 instead of going in and being Teddy Bridgewater and then being who he is? It's unfortunate. I know I talked today with people when they asked, everybody knows how much I love and bleed USC. It in that day and age of now, with NIL being from where I grew up from and everything, and a lot of people, would I would have stayed at a USC? I like to think I would, but man, when you're growing up in situations when you're restricted from a financial upbringing, and you get money thrown at you to help your family, man, I don't know. I just can't honestly say I would have always stayed at SC, because at the times growing up single parent home, mother divorced, 2 older sisters, mom struggling to get them through college, and then here I come. Luckily, I was fortunate to get a scholarship. Seeing my mom struggle, money coming at me, would I would have done it? I can't answer that question. I just can't do it right now, knowing what I know now.
You preaching right now, brother. I mean, we always had that conversation here on this show about the era being so different. And I'm a little younger. I'm 31, but even when I played, we didn't have this either, though. So I always think about the same thing. It's like, man, it's like we can judge these young guys and say, like, why are these guys moving around so much? And I do think it is a problem. Don't get me wrong.
I think,
but at the same time, though, it's like, to your point, it's like, man, some of these guys' situations back at home. If I'm at one school and then this other school is poaching me and it's, hey, we got extra $200,000 for you, come over here. Yeah. And you're 18 years old, and you, like you said, your mom's at home struggling. It's like, well, I can use that extra $200,000. So it's a tough situation to be a party in for sure.
I can't, when we get to discussion, I mean, I agree with you 100%. There needs to be regulation. It's just they let that genie out of the bottle without structuring it, and this is what we got to. But knowing some of these kids and some of their background. Now, I'm not a big proponent advocate of jumping schools every year. That's not. I think there needs to be something there. I get it. You go take the money here, and then I think, and then someone else offer you big. No, I think you should get one bite of the apple, and that's it, and not be doing, being free agency every year, because that's not teaching values either. So, but still, what I would have took the money and to help my family out, hey, who knows? Because as we know, times are tough. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to protect your family.
No doubt. Mark, I don't want to hold you too long. I know you're busy working. Kudos to you, man, for giving back in education and all that stuff there in Chicago. I recruited Chicago for a long time, so there's some talent there. Under recruited football city. Obviously known as a basketball place for the most part. Football wise, I had some great linemen at Lincoln and a bunch of different high schools I recruited out in the inner city there. I lived there playing arena ball, so I know Chicago well. Love Chicago. Let me ask you, going to SC real quick. Lincoln Riley's there. Struggled for a few years after leaving Oklahoma. People have doubted his LA ties. LA. Pete Carroll's last guy to really do something there. Sark was getting it going. Obviously, something happened there. A good friend of mine. Lane had a shot at it. I think he was too young at the time to really understand that job. But it takes an LA guy, in my opinion. He's got the number one recruiting class, 26, going into 26. They've hired these GMs now. We've had this debate about where you at with USC and their trajectory going into this season.
Well, I think now they're doing the right things where they're building that new footballing facility to match up with the Big Ten. People always ask, I'm in Big Ten country. I'm in more so. I'm at a Catholic school, so I'm in Notre Dame country almost every day. Why did SC? Are you happy about SC leaving the Pac-10? And no, I'm a West Coast guy, but being here in Chicago, I get I get the chance. I'll go see him play Purdue. I'll go to Champaign, go see him play Illinois. 2 hours away. Purdue's 2 hours away. I get more access to USC, but I understand, if you understand the business, you know why they left. It was all about money. TV revenue drives everything. It drives everything, and they saw that coming, and you see the Pac-12 network struggling, hanging on, lifeline.
It's hard to say Pac-12. We Pac-10 guys.
Yeah, you understand. That they're only holding on by lifeline because their market, the West Coast market, known as being in the Midwest. No one except for I was probably the only guy in this side of the country staying up to 9, 10 o'clock to watch college Pac-10 football, Pac-12 football. So the market wasn't driving that. The television market, the TV market said, "Hey, we need to do this. We'll give you more money. This," and everybody jumped out and left. So I get why they did it. I wish it wouldn't have happened that way, but I understand why they're doing it. It's all about the money. And But what they're doing now, back to your point about Lincoln Riley, they stole the Notre Dame guy and brought him to the SC, and things are starting to pick up. I sit there, say that, but they're, and you look at, Lincoln Riley. I understand what they, he's getting paid $10 million a year. You don't get paid that type of money and be 500. There's expectations to go with that at USC and anywhere, and he's doing a bit. Recruiting obviously is.
You believe? Are you a believer?
Well, let me say this. I love Anton Lynn. I coached with his dad with the Jets. I love what he's trying to do. I understand he's trying to do it.
Rob Ryan over there now.
Yeah, Rob, who fits the college, that mold there. Rob's a piece of work. You have to.
I got a bet, Mark. He don't finish the season,
bro. There's an old saying. I know Rob. I worked for Rex for 4 years. Rex Ryan, and there's always saying with the Ryan boys, every now and then they open their mouth and a little buddy comes out, and so, that can be this day and age. That can be very hard. It could be great for the kids, harmful for the program. So we'll wait and see. I hope he does.
No doubt.
Does a great job. He is an excellent coach. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
But the thing with Lincoln that I understand why they need to make the move. But you look at Lincoln from his time in Oklahoma, had great success, but he never won the big one. That's all. You look at his success. He's a great coach, great coordinator, great tool. Does a nice job. But you look at his history. Has he ever won the big game? Can't say. I mean, he's won some big games. Gone in Ohio State and won. He's beaten Texas. But you got to at SC. That's not good enough. We got to beat Notre Dame. Got to beat UCLA. But you got to win national. You got to win the Pac or the Big Ten. And he's doesn't necessarily have that on his resume yet.
No doubt. I agree. Smitty, go ahead. I just got one more question for him, and I know we can get him out of here.
Nah, you're good. Jump in. That was my question was going to be about SC, so that's perfect.
The last one I got, Mark, is your Bears. Obviously, you had a great run there. They got Caleb Williams. We were just talking as you popped in about Justin Fields, and I was like, man, I was a big advocate for his growth and maturity. And I was like, man, let's give him another year with some better talent around him. They had the worst O-line. They had no wideouts. You get Caleb, you get some wideouts, you make some trades, you get better up front. I'm curious, would you have liked to see Justin stay and go get a Joe Alt that the Chargers ended up getting that Chicago could have got and secured that O-line and did some other things in the trade? They would have still got the same wideout on Dunzy. They would still have the guys they got. So more out of Carolina on that deal. They would have Justin Fields and that talent. I like that. And I have Brian Urlacher on all the time, and we're talking about that. And where are you at with that deal? Are you happy with Caleb, a SC guy?
No, you're asking me to go against my SC brotherhood, which I won't do that. But I go back to Justin Fields. Yeah, if you look at Justin, the plan for Justin Fields should have been exactly what the Ravens did
with Lamar.
With Lamar, that's your plan. But they never did that. And to Justin's detriment, two coordinators. They changed a lot of things. They didn't do anything to fit the program around Justin. So I feel bad for Justin. I hope he makes it. I really do. I think he got a raw deal here. But of course I'm pulling for my USC brother Caleb. I want them to and Ben Johnson came in, and being here, he's got a plan, and you've seen the plan started to work as soon as he walked in. I mean, before his contract was even signed, they already had 3 new O-linemen in the building. Yeah. I mean, so there was a plan set when he came in that before he even got in the building, he said, hey, if you want me, this is what I want to get done, and this is what we need to do. And they went about doing it. So there's a plan set with Ben Johnson. They've done a nice job. Ryan and Ian Cunningham have done a nice job. Ryan Posey, the general manager and the assistant general manager, because he's come in with the plan. This is what we want to do. This is how we're going to do it. And we're going, everybody's like, why the heck? Because I think they need to get another running back. But they went and got another tight end. Well, everybody's like, well, why they're doing it? Well, look at Detroit. Detroit had 2 tight ends. And it's set up for a lot of things.
Minnesota set up their
play action game, their run game. better matchup. So I
in that tough ass NFC North. Do you see them making a move in that this year? They lost some close games last year. Chicago, they did lose some close games. They were in games.
You wonder after the Washington game what might have been if they wouldn't have lost that Washington
Hail
game.
Mary.
Right after that, it just went downhill. And then like anything I've been told many times, winning is a habit and losing is a habit. It's just which one are you getting on? Which one are you getting on? And after that loss, it tailspin. And they still were all the way into the end, still into it. And so I like what they're doing. I like what they've done. I know Dennis Allen. I know a lot of the coaching staff they've got up there. I'm hoping they'll get up to the practice here in a couple of weeks and check them out. But I think with Caleb and what they're doing and with Ben Johnson, what the Bears did, they got the best offensive guy to go with if Caleb is your guy, what they didn't do with Justin Fields, he's my guy. Let's go get the best guy we can to get him right. That's what the Bears did. They spent the money. So I like where they're at, what they're trying to do. Now we just got to see it get put on the field.
There it is. I love it. I love it, man. Well, listen, I believe the Bears are going to be a lot better this year as well. I know we always argue on this show, but I think they're doing the right things for Caleb. So we shall see. But man, Mark, man, we appreciate you so much for joining us, man. Like I said, we don't want to hold you too long. We know you're busy, but
yeah, you can tell I'm hard at work here.
Hey, Mark, last thing I got
for
you,
Mark. Papers and all that. Yeah, I did that. Just
AD work. AD work.
Well, it makes it seem like I'm really busy here in the summer.
Hey, AD work, man. I did it for a year. I don't want that. I don't even want that burden, man. Hey, last thing I got for you. You miss coaching, NFL or college or any other? You've coached at all? You miss it?
You know what? People ask me that a lot. I do help. Even like I said, our football team has won 3 state championships since I've been in a row. And I do help out. I watch films with guys. I work with guys. But in that NFL world, I know you've talked to a lot of different guys. It's not made for everybody. I was fortunate enough to coach in the NFL for 10 years. Got to play some great places. I worked at some great places. Worked with some great coaches. Worked with some great players. But for me, no. I like being behind the scenes. I like being more the administrative side. I like helping build the program and letting the people get the right people in the program to do what they can do to help them be successful, because if they do that, then it makes me look better. I like, having paperwork all on my desk and everything, like I'm really doing work here or something. So I like being behind the scenes. I like now being done both. Being a player, being a coach, and now administrator. I like being behind the scenes like this, helping putting things together. I love being involved with the women's sports. I have a daughter who plays soccer in college, as well as a son who played football in college. So I like being around all of that and being part of the various programs, because it just makes it. I get more satisfaction that way watching these kids grow and develop and achieve their goals.
No doubt, man. It's been a pleasure, Mark. You ever get back to the West Coast?
I do. I'm hoping to get back here in another couple of weeks. I got to get back to the LBC. I talk to SC, but everybody who knows me knows I'm Long Beach, 100%. That's where it's. I still got family still lives in Long Beach. My mom and sister. I got mom and sister live up in Northern Cal, but I try to get back to Long Beach every summer. Go stop at Long Beach Poly, and go see my peeps and hang out and reminisce. And we get together with a bunch of Long Beach Poly. But the greatest argument, I talk about the SC discussion about, and one part of that argument we get to when I give my Long Beach guys, it's not just West Side, East Side. The greatest discussion we get that takes hours, and again, there's a lot of drinking involved too, that goes in there, is that we always have the discussion that, and we just named the track field after Don Norfolk, a great long time track coach, football coach at Poly, is that name the 5 best athletes that came out of Poly. That's a really good argument, a really good discussion.
Hey, is Carl Weathers, rest in peace, in there?
Carl Weathers is not in there. May he rest in peace. But
Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn's in there. Willie Mack's in there. Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson name's in there. Joe Pearson's in there. John Atkinson's name is always in there because that's the thing. They say, what is the parameters is you've got to be great, not in one sport. You got to be great in multiple sports, and so it gets a pretty good. Rambo gets his name in there. Yeah. Tony Hill gets his name, and I mean it's the list.
Hey, there's a player way after you that I recruited that. I'm just telling you, he's and no offense, the greatest poly player ever, and nobody ever knew him.
Who's that?
Oh,
you know him though. I think you know his name.
Who's that?
Andre the Virus. Andre Cyrus.
Andre Cyrus. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time. I haven't heard.
They call him Andre the Virus, Smitty. He just couldn't get right, dog. No, I tried everything I could, dog, to do this.
There's a few of those too that have come through there. Would have been,
no doubt.
Athlete.
That's always a great discussion we get every year, every summer. We like name a top 5, and it's just, I mean, it's the fun part is I'm not even in the top 10 because
really
because the parameters is you have to be great in more than one sport. And that's why
A ball. But again,
A ball is football. A ball's
like only me. He didn't run track, huh?
He might like I ran track, but you gotta be
great.
Be great. That's why
A ball for everybody that don't know is Leonard Russell, legendary running back.
Michael Roberts' names gets thrown in there. It was both football.
Paulie has more NFL players than any high school in America, Smitty. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, the athletes that have come through is
damn. That's crazy.
Mercedes Lewis name. His name because he was on.
You got and I know my youngster Jack Jones, Jack came later.
Jack.
I'm trying. Hopefully, get his.
You got to finish too. You know,
we got to get this right. Yeah. Hey, Jarrell Casey was a dude.
Was a dude. Again,
Brandon Whiting. I mean.
Brandon White, again, all these football names. Yeah.
This list goes on and on, man.
What's that boy's name that played for the Niners forever? Pope.
Marcus Pope. Yeah.
Marcus Pope was a dude. Yeah. A lot of guys, man. We can talk about poly guys forever.
Shit, like I said, you get into the discussion, those bottles behind you would be halfway gone.
Omar Stoudemire, the McCulloughs. The McCullough family is huge. Earl and all, man.
Tyrone, yeah.
Ooh, that's crazy. We can
next time you in Long Beach, man. Me and JB, we co-own a yacht actually out there in Long Beach, man. You might have to come on the yacht with us, bring some of the fellas. We can talk about this all day. So
yep.
Hey, Mark, appreciate you, brother. Enjoy and keep killing it, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Okay.